We are up and running on April Fool's Day. Did you guys see Arman's April Fool's joke? Bro, we got robbed. I was hoping it was Arman Versilia, but I just saw that post and I'm like, this shit's too good to be true. I was like, ain't no way it's Arman Versilia on April Fool's Day. Man, we've had some horrible April Fool's Days as UFC fans. I mean, we had Tony versus Habib for April Fool's Day. That shit got canceled. Couldn't believe it. Now that one was like, what the fuck? I don't think there's been a worse April Fool's Day than that. Tony versus Habib being canceled. Tony tripping over a cord. I'm like, bro, what the hell? But yeah, I did not fall for the Arman versus Ilya one. That was a great post by Arman, though. It really was. I mean, you think about it. Look how many likes and reposts it got. So that just shows you how big that fight could potentially be. Ain't that something? That just shows you. Sup, Meech? What up, AJ Makes? How's it going this Wednesday night, bro? I'm just got done with a little weightlifting workout. Got a little bit of a coffee going. Just chilling this Monday night. Am I first? AJ Makes first in the chat. Yes, sir. You get a prize. What you doing this late night, bro? I was watching the drama between Nate Diaz and DC. I want to know what side everybody's on. I want to know what side everybody's on. And AJ Makes, Red Wings are playing tomorrow, right? There's a good Wings game tomorrow, bro. Hello, what up, Caden? What up? How's it going, man? What do you think about Arman's April Fools? He posted he's fighting Ilya. Yes, sir, Philly. Philly Flyers versus Detroit Red Wings. That's a good one. And what does everyone think about Nate Diaz taking shots at Daniel Cormier? Now, Cormier got rage baited into firing back. Did you say DC and Nate have beef? Yeah, Nate Diaz just did this huge interview with Thielvan. It was like an hour and a half long. What happened? Nate Diaz said he's sick of the analysts talking shit about him. The analysts have been talking shit about Nate Diaz. Particularly, DC had Askren on his show. And he was calling Nate Diaz average. Like, wow, look at this guy Nate. He has 13 losses. He's average. So Nate Diaz heard that. He brought it up on Theo's podcast. He's like, if you're so much better than me, then why are you just an analyst? Why did I make more than you? And Nate said, basically, I'd rather have my record than be on camera crying after getting knocked out. Crying during the post-fight speech. So DC got rage baited into making a response, like a 20-minute long response, just screaming, Nate, you're average, you're average, you're average. Just stop by to say hi. Appreciate that, AJ Makes. I've been up since 4 a.m. Yo, you better get some rest then, since 4 a.m. You're almost on a 24-hour bender. Have a good stream. I will have a good stream. Thank you. I don't like DC. He's a corporate dog. I kid you not. My most viewed video currently, right now, is my DC video. Daniel Cormier's good guy image is a lie. There's something to that. Yeah, he's corporate. Come on. He's done some humiliation rituals with the cake and chicken and the What did he put on his nipples for one of those post-fight little halftime, whatever they're called? Chris Weidman was in studio. Yeah, DC's definitely a corporate dog. I mean, yeah. I'm on Nate Diaz's side. Sure, does he have the wrestling accolades of, like Cormier? No. Is Nate Diaz a championship fighter right now? No. But I think beating Conor McGregor might be cooler than anything Daniel Cormier's done. Besides being double champ. Now, that was pretty good. But personality-wise, you gotta like Nate more, personality-wise, right? He's not as corporate, like you said. They make him be friendly with Jones and praise him. Yeah, I never praised DC. I mean, look, I praised his Gustafsson fight. I praised his Rumble fight. He beat Rumble. I praised his Stipe fight. I would praise DC, but his sensitive personality, he gets so sensitive. He gets so riled up over nothing. I mean, he's a fake nice guy. He definitely gets bitter if you say one thing he doesn't agree with or like. Yeah, he's definitely corporate. I'm on Nate's side here. Especially, DC's not the best commentator or analyst either. Even Dominic Cruz said he has people taking notes for him because DC doesn't study the fights and do his homework. But yeah, Nate Diaz, I already know what his argument back to Cormier would be. You got knocked out more than me. I don't get finished in my fights and cry. I just run out of time. I don't like Nate either. He has negative brain cells. Well, his speech is definitely not the best, right? His speech isn't the best. He's not like the best articulator. But he does know how to get the fights he wants. He does know how to play the game. He's very smart in the fight game. Like, if you think about it, everybody he's ever called out, he's got that fight. Nate Diaz has never failed a call out. He called out Conor McGregor. He got the fight. He got on the mic and called out Masvidal too. He got the fight. He left the UFC with the idea in mind of fighting Jake Paul. He got the fight. The dude knows how to get the fights he wants. But I know what you're saying. He's not the best articulator, right? People say he's always sounded like that. I disagree. He's always had that voice, but he's definitely spoken better in the past. I would say so. He's had that crazy kind of slurred speech since maybe it's at least 10 years. They both act like bullies. Yeah, but at least, yes, in different ways. I think Nate's style is way more entertaining. And it sells fights more, right? I think Nate's is a better style. He sells fights more. I mean, look at the Nate versus McGregor press conference. Look at Nate's call-outs, right? Now, Nate does have respect for certain fighters, like when he fought Masvidal. This is my only complaint with Nate, is having excuses after his fights. If Ilya can KO Oliveira, he KOs Arman, bro. There's levels. If Ilya doesn't fight Arman, his undefeated record means nothing. That's my hot take. If he doesn't fight Arman, his undefeated record means nothing. You can't just fight the old guys of your generation. You know, I know Volk's awesome. Charles is a great grappler, and Max is a great boxer. Gay take. But Arman can't beat Ilya. I mean, did we think Strickland could beat Izzy? You know? Did we think Dominic Reyes would really beat Jones like that? I mean, there is some crazy stuff that happens. But even if you think Arman has no chance, don't you want to see it? The hype's built up. The hype is there. Arman is active. He's got a fan base that's convinced, right? So we got people like me. We got people like you. It's going to be... Oliveira versus Arman was a 50-50 fight, bro. Nah. Hey, MMA math. Let me tell you about MMA math. 2 + 2 = 5 in MMA math. Charles has a difficult style for Arman because Arman, he's basically a wrestler with great ground and pound and chokes. That's tough. That's a tough style against Charles because Charles has a great guard. MMA math does work, you idiot. No. I mean, give me an example when it didn't work. I mean, look how many people flatlined Anthony Smith. John Jones could only decision Anthony Smith. Look at the people that knocked out Thiago Santos. John Jones could only go to a tit-for-tat close fight with Santos. There's a lot of MMA math that doesn't work. I mean, trust me. There's so many. It would take the whole day. Anthony Smith. Yo, why are you bringing up bums? I'm just saying, right? He's a bum. So you would think John Jones would be able to smoke him. It's weird comparing fights. MMA math doesn't really math. It just doesn't. It don't make sense. I just wanted to hear one good example. I mean, Izzy knocked out Pereira before. Pereira beat Strickland. Strickland dog walks Izzy. Right? I mean, Izzy knocked out Pereira, their last final fight. Pereira smoked Strickland at middleweight, and then Strickland dog walked Izzy. You know, MMA math, it's just... Izzy shouldn't have got that knockout. There's so many examples. I want Ilya versus Islam. I want Ilya versus Islam. Okay, all right. I have a take on that. I'll tell you in 1 second. Nah, Poatan beat Izzy 3 times in a row before. It's still 3-1. Dude, I mean, MMA math, it's just... I don't know, man. I don't know. Look at this. Gamrot beats Arman. Arman beats Oliveira. But Oliveira beats Gamrot. Do you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people argue Arman won. I agree. But on paper, Gamrot beat Arman. Arman beat Charles. And then Charles beat Gamrot. MMA math don't work. But Ilya versus Islam, yes, that's the biggest fight. If you book that fight, I'm in. But I think it takes more balls to fight Arman than it does to fight Islam. Actually, I know. Because when you fight Islam Makhachev, you have nothing to lose. You're putting nothing on the line. You're supposed to lose that fight. That's Islam. Matter of fact, that's welterweight Islam. If you lose, who gives a fuck? He's a double champ. He's ginormous. He's pound for pound #1. Ilya would have nothing to lose. His belt wouldn't be on the line. And he'd be the underdog since Islam's a welterweight. Now, if Ilya fights Arman, and the way he's been brushing Arman off, acting like he ain't shit, Ilya has a lot of weight to carry. The pressure's on Ilya's shoulders now because the Ilya fans are convinced Arman is just done. Ilya hits him with one punch, night night. That's what the fans are convinced. So yeah. I think it takes more balls to fight Arman than Islam because everything's on the line against Arman. If you're Ilya, you're putting nothing on the line if you fight Islam. You good, bro. You my friend. Let's go. Who you got this week? I got Duncan and Tabitha. Tabitha Ricci. Bum-ass fights, though. This is the... I always say this. I said this about Mexico. I said this about this card. This might be the worst card of the year so far. I got Duncan winning. But if Ilya move up, then he has to vacate belts. Sure. But if he moves up, I mean, there's nothing to lose. He's the smaller guy. He's fighting pound for pound number one. Anyone would take that risk. It's harder to stay the champion than it is to become the champion. Once a wise man said that once upon a time. I don't know who the wise man was, but it's true. Reveal the vampire crab, homie. How are you, by the way? Like I said, I'm the vampire here doing these late night streams. How you doing, bro? I'm doing good. How you doing? Did you just roll one up? Did you just smoke one or what? Just had an insane pocket boxing fight in UFC 5. I was Bo Nickel. He was Paulo Costa. Damn. Did you knock him out or what? Bro, it's going to be so brutal when Yuri is emoting on Carlos Ulberg slept. Can't wait for that fight. I can't wait for that fight either. Now, I'm going to be nervous as hell for that fight. That's the only bad part. I'm going to be nervous as hell. Most fights I'm like, may the best man win. Here's my prediction. And that's that. But this fight, I cannot bear watching Yuri lose to Ulberg. He's too much of a company, quiet guy for me. I don't know how to explain it. Yuri's just the man. We need Yuri. Fan favorite. I'm going to be super nervous. I don't know about you, Nathan, but I'm going to be nervous. I have dabs. Just did it a few minutes ago. Nice. I don't like Arman. Sometimes, like, when I don't like Izzy, I don't like Izzy. There's a lot of fighters I don't like, but you still got to admit that there is something on the line when those guys fight. Right? Even if we don't like them, I mean, as long as you feel something, as long as we're talking about them, like... So you should definitely want to see Ilya knock him out then. That's even more of a reason to watch. You know what I mean? I'm sure you would love to watch Arman get knocked out by Ilya then. We got to book that fight. I'm just saying, Ilya's undefeated record doesn't mean much if he doesn't fight Arman. Sean Strickland will get it done for America. I hope so. I hope so, because America's not going to look good on the White House card. Why are you bouncing so much? It's not from the Conor McGregor stuff. It's from this coffee with cinnamon. I'm having a cinnamon coffee. And I just hit a workout too. That's the number one question Conor McGregor gets asked every day, I bet. Tyler Betts, you got any bets for us, bro? Please tell me you got Yuri winning. Tell me your 327 main event bet. Did you see the moon launch? They are going past the firmament. I don't believe man's been to the moon. I think it's impossible. And I think it's impossible to get past the firmament. Even Bill Nye said that once upon a time. Bill Lie. I call him Bill Lie. He even said so. Do you see Ilya changed his bio from 17-0 to 18-0? Bro has no idea who the fuck Justin Gaethje is. He did that for the Volk fight too. You know how Ilya Topuria is a Conor McGregor wannabe. And what was Conor known for? He was known for, how do you say it? Manifesting. So Ilya's trying to just do his little Conor McGregor wannabe manifesting stuff. Tell him to do that with the Arman fight. After he fights Gaethje, tell him to write 19-0 before he fights Arman. Let's see if he's confident then. But yeah, I'm picking Ilya, but Gaethje still is a hard hitter. Gaethje's a hard hitter. LOL. Yeah, man, it's this coffee. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Yuri dub, but not crazy confident on it. That's exactly what I'm saying. What up? Oh shit, everyone's up late tonight. What's up? We're just chopping it up about... There's a lot going on right now, and there's not a lot going on. All at the same time. We got the Nate Diaz DC beef going on. We got Arman's April Fool's joke going on. Arman was acting like he was going to fight Ilya. We got a lot of shit talking on Dana White we got to do. We got to get Dana White out of here. We're talking about the moon, I guess. We're talking about the moon, UFC 5. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Man, Justin is cooked for sure, though. But you truly don't know shit until two guys fight each other. Laugh my ass off. He's got the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. If there's anyone to spoil the plans, it's Gaethje. He spoiled the Tony Habib plans. He spoiled the Paddy Pimblett versus Topuria plans. And he really wants to spoil these plans. I just think Topuria's a little more crafty. And a little more snappy. And well-rounded, obviously. Moon Man here. Who's getting high as the moon? When you grabbing the vampire crab, though? When I get in the 1,000 subscriber range. In the 1,000 subscriber range. Whoever's in the chat, make sure to hit subscribe. Appreciate that shit. Then we're getting a vampire crab just for Nathan. Moon launch was dope. Looked fake as fuck though. Yeah, it was filmed in a hangar. You know those garages where they store planes? They dumped a bunch of sand and asphalt rocks in there and then filmed it. And blacked out the background. Justin Gaethje doesn't deserve the shot. That's how trash that matchmaking was. Hunter Campbell fucking sucks. I might make a video on that. Hunter Campbell's ruining the UFC. Along with TKO and all of them, but... Man. Hunter Campbell fucking sucks. He's the worst matchmaker in history. Who the fuck is Brendan Allen fighting? What kind of matchmaking is that? And on top of that, who wants Horiguchi versus Manel Cap in the fucking Apex? Sup? Sup, Tyler? Oh, what up, John Dong? What's going on, bro? What do you think of the DC Diaz beef? What do you think of Arman's April Fool's joke? But Sean Strickland will 100% be champion. Wow. And he's going to be a huge underdog. I'm sure you can make some chili on that fight. Woo! Could you imagine if Sean Strickland puts up a tough fight? And he stands up from the takedowns? I know Burns is a little washed, but maybe Sean Strickland should call up Gilbert Burns and Usman. The two guys that did the best against Hamzat. I'm looking forward to Islam's next fight at 170. Gary is a little better than JDM. I agree. I don't know who's better, like who would win, but Gary is a tougher matchup for Islam than JDM, for sure. He's got the best footwork in the division. He's got great takedown defense. And he might have the highest fight IQ in the whole welterweight division. What's good, John? Shout out everyone in the chat. Moonberry Runts. Oh, I heard of that. Moonberry Runts. Those are like half-hour long joints right there if you roll that one up. Oh, I haven't looked into the beef. It's just, DC's very sensitive, you know. If you say anything about DC, he gets sensitive. I knew a pilot, and he's got a video of the rocket in the sky while he was flying. So they definitely sent a rocket up there this time. They go into the sky, and then they do this. They stop going up, and they curve, and they fall into the water. And that's when the camera stops. When they stop going up, they'll switch the angle, or just stop the video completely, but they just fall into the ocean. They can't go up forever. They go up, zoop, and drop. They'll never show you a full clip without switching the angle 50 times of a rocket going straight up. Hamzat is fucking huge, lol. He subs Sean in 1. He just subbed Demetrius Johnson in training. He's been training with Khalil Roundtree. I guess that's his main training partner right now. But yeah, Hamzat's the best wrestler. The question is, what is Sean going to do about it? Can his jab do anything about it? Is he going to be too afraid to throw that teep kick? Because Hamzat could grab onto a leg. We'll see. If the UFC isn't going to give us Islam versus Ilya, they can at least give us Umar versus Alejandro Topuria. If that happens, you got Topuria by brutal KO? No, I think if that happens, I got a Umar decision. Because Alejandro Topuria didn't even finish Cody Thickness, did he? I don't think Alejandro has the same pop that Ilya has, nor does he have the combinations that Ilya has. I think it more competitively would be Bryce versus Alejandro Topuria. Where's the Gladiators versus Team Dana? I think everyone in this chat is against Team Dana. Either be enthused about the UFC or take a hike, buddy. That's what I say about Dana White. Either show some enthusiasm or get the hell out and go hang out with Kyle Nelk. Same, just running side quests and listening to UFC. Running side quests? What kind of side quests we talking? Astronaut in the ocean. You talking about that one song? That's a song, right? I think I know it. Umar said he has a fight booked, but there's nobody for him to fight. But if you look at the rankings, hear me out. It's either Alejandro or Marcus McGee. Okay. UFC messed up. It should be Umar versus Song Yadong. I don't know why they didn't book that, but it should be Song Yadong versus Umar Nurmagomedov. They never fought, and I have no fucking idea why. Why? I know Song Yadong's booked for UFC Macau, but throw Umar on there. Yeah, I don't actually think they go to the moon, lol, but they do have rockets. Look up Jack Parsons, the rocket scientist, and his connections to Thelema. Well, yeah, they have rockets. They're useless, though. They go up, and then they fall. They don't go anywhere. They're trapped. A waste of money if you look at it. If you look at it objectively, what a waste of money. You see how Hamzat lifted Jones up, bro? He's just different. Another stupid matchup, though. DDP already beat Sean twice. Matchmaking is fucking stupid. I would have done Amavov. He deserves it. I half agree. Yes, Hamzat is basically... There's no stopping his takedowns. But I want to have some fun. I want to see Sean Strickland get in his head, rile him up at the press conference. I want to hear Sean Strickland get so vulgar on that mic that Paramount has to fucking pull the plug. But yeah, I like Sean versus Hamzat, but Sean did beat Amavov. He's more popular. And the press conference will be gold. But yeah, other than that, the matchmaking sucks. I agree. Hunter Campbell is trash at matchmaking. UFC 1 moon-based event coming to Paramount soon. Yeah, well, let's get through the White House card soon, and then maybe they'll do the moon card. Shit, anything rather than the AI card. Dana White wants to do AI promos for the UFC. This guy's lost his mind. Pretty soon, Dana White's going to want to do the fucking robot-based event. Team Greys versus Team Amphibians. Yeah, we need some team versus team fight cards in the UFC. I don't get why they don't show the astronauts in the rocket during the launch. Because their acting is so atrocious, they'll get found out. They show them after the launch. Remember Katy Perry dropped her fucking hot dog or her cup and acted like she couldn't stand? There's no real astronauts, that's why. They're actors. I don't think there's a single real astronaut. It's impossible. Hey, here's the thing. People forget. I think Bryce is right. No gravity, just density. Do you know what the PGF is? It's a grappling competition where guys from different states team up and grapple with each other. I think this week was the last one for this season. You know what? I might have watched it, but I've never heard of PGF. But that's cool. Is it just jiu-jitsu? It's basically jiu-jitsu, right? But you should watch the replays. The grapplers are really good. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'll check it out. Seems like Yuri will be defending his belt against the winner of Ankalaev versus Whitaker. Is that confirmed? Is Magomed fighting Robert Whitaker? Well, if that's the case, it looks like Yuri's going to be defending his belt against Magomed. I'm picking Magomed in that fight. And I would love to see Yuri beat up Magomed Ankalaev. That's a fight I wanted to see for a while. Because Ali Abdelaziz always talks shit to Yuri on Magomed's Twitter. Sean doesn't beat Amavov again today, I'm telling you. Nasruddin got better. I like fighters who improve their game. Big respect. Yeah, Amavov got better, yep. But Sean Strickland looked more impressive against Fluffy than Amavov did against Kyle Bahayo. I mean, Strickland got the finish. The finish tells the story right there. He threw a knee to the body, TKO'd Fluffy in 2 rounds. Amavov went 5 rounds with Bahayo. And to me, that fight wasn't even that exciting. And if you want to see Amavov versus Hamzat, blame Hamzat. Because he said, I don't want to fight Amavov. Too much drama between our countries. I also got a kick streamer playing in the background while watching you. You know Vitaly? He's entertaining as fuck. Yeah, he used to do all those pranks in the mall, right? And at the beach. And then, didn't he have like some drug episode? Didn't he like go berserk? He had a crazy like drug episode or some shit. And then he fell off the grid. now he's back, I guess, right? But I remember his pranks from like 10 years ago or whatever. UFC event, Little St. James Island, Zuckerberg versus Elon. How about this? You lock Zuckerberg and Elon in the cage with Tom Aspinall. No time limit. And only one man walks out. Now that'd be entertaining right there. Gosh, the two most hateable people that show up to the UFC right there. Zuckerberg and Elon. Remember Dana said Zuckerberg will beat your ass. I want to fight Zuckerberg. Book it. Nathan, I do respect Yuri. He's a finisher. But I got Ulberg by KO 100%. That's a fair prediction. That's fair. I mean, Ulberg definitely has a chance. He's got power. He's crafty. He moves well. He's on a win streak. Ulberg going to make me some cash. And Joshua Van. All right, all right. Those aren't bad picks. I can see that happening. I'm dropping my 327 predictions coming up very soon. Yeah, just BJJ. I disagree. Fluffy's a turd, lol. Shit, I mean, he was on a win streak, though. But yeah. Even if you think Fluffy ain't all that, Sean threw a knee to the body, knocked him out. 8-fight win streak. Looked good. That jab, that was a laser. You post fire content, bro. Videos are so entertaining. Thank you. And that means a lot considering you got all these monitors going on at once. That means a lot. Appreciate it. But it's different from the Imanari roll because with that, you roll toward... Did I miss something? Oh, okay. I missed your first two. There's a dude named Elijah Carlton, and he's a beast. Today he did a move called the jabroni spin, where he inverts under the opponent and gets into the honey hole position. Oh, that's crazy leg lock entanglements right there. The honey hole. For those of you who don't know jiu-jitsu, that's a crazy leg lock entanglement. And it sets up heel hooks. But it's different from the Imanari roll because with that, you roll towards the outside direction. But with the jabroni, you roll towards the inside. First time I've seen that move. All right, you got to try it out in the gym. And let me know how it goes. Try it out in the gym. Let me know if it works and if it feels natural to you. But yeah, that's good if you're good with the leg locks. I'll give it a try. Werner von Braun, the head of NASA way back when, predicted that a man named Elon would go to Mars. Von Braun was part of the certain German party in the 1930s and 40s. I guess he predicted wrong. Elon never been to Mars. Don't listen to his predictions. That's what they were doing predictions on, huh? Who would go to Mars? Yeah, there is no Mars, in my opinion. Those are stars. Mars, they're getting it confused with stars. You know? I'll try it. Oh, yeah, the jabroni spin. All right, yeah. Get that heel hook. Rip some knees. Oh, man. Your training partner's going to be worried now. If you're breaking legs, they're going to be worried. They should be worried. Because, I mean, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys just hate getting leg locked. Especially if you're a gi player. If you play in the gi, they don't even allow a lot of those leg locks. But yeah, I'll give it a try too. I'm still working on my leg locks as well. I think we're going to get a grappling match in the main event this weekend. I think it could be a dogfight. Chris Duncan versus Moicano, but I think it will definitely go to the ground. More than an average Chris Duncan fight. I think it's going to go to the ground. The question is, who's better on the ground? Money Moicano or Chris Duncan? I think we're going to get a lot of grappling, though. It should be good. Just the main event. The rest of the cards. I'm going Chris Duncan. I think he's going to out-grapple Moicano. I know Moicano out-grappled BSD, elbowed the hell out of him, bloodied him up, but that was like 2024. Moicano was different in 2024. And the more I'm looking at this card, I'm like, where are the fights? I think we can all agree this card was not needed. I mean, the second biggest name on this card is what? Ethan Ewing? Alex Pereira's sister? Is that what they're really giving us? Oh my god. We should have just scrapped this whole card. We don't need a card before Easter. This is literally the day before Easter. I would have scrapped this card. And I would have threw Moicano versus Duncan on, let's say, UFC... I don't know. The Eljo Apex card. Or the Burns vs. Mallet card. I mean, all these cards need some help. Yeah, I'm usually optimistic about cards, but we didn't need this card. Absolutely not, we didn't need this. Why don't you believe in Mars? What about Saturn or Venus or the moon? I don't believe in any other planets but Earth. In my opinion, there's only 3 things. The sun, the moon, and Earth. And stars. So 4 things. I think Earth's the only planet. So yeah. But if you believe in the Milky Way and the galaxies upon galaxies and all that, then you'll believe in the Mars. But I mean, sounds like a bunch of bullshit to say the opposite of the Bible. Yeah, Elon, I mean, his whole story, his whole job is just a big lie. He spends money on nothing. His whole shtick is a lie. But yeah. I know you like a lot of cards, John. I know you like a lot of cards, but yeah, you even agree. We don't need a card before Easter, especially an Apex card, where Moicano versus Chris Duncan's the main event. Thank God for 327. I mean, fans are going to be happy for 327. Thank God for that card. Because other than that, it's looking rough on the schedule. Besides the main event of JDM versus Prates, killer fight. And then UFC 328, I'll take it. But other than that, I mean, whoa. What's going on here? I believe in the stars too. That's in the galaxy we are in. Doesn't mean it works how they say. I believe in the stars too. That's in the galaxy we are in. Doesn't mean it works how they say. Yeah, whatever the science book says, believe the opposite. If you think about it, the science book's the polar opposite. It describes the world in a completely different way than the Bible does. You know, the Bible only mentions, I believe, Earth, Sun, Moon, stars. Science book mentions Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Gravity, It doesn't talk about the firmament. They're just polar opposites. So it's like you got to pick one. You got two choices, you know. I know which one I believe. It ain't that science book. Black holes and shit. Fuck that. I don't believe it. Science books are such bullshit. Merab will get booted by Petr Yan even harder this time. That should be the fight. I think that's going to be the fight. You know what? This is going to be a great trilogy. Because if you think about it, they're 1-1. But we've never had a one-sided fight between them. Merab annihilated Yan in the first fight. I mean, he just spammed takedowns and exhausted him. He used cardio as a weapon. He used spamming takedowns. He used that as an attack. But the second fight, I mean, Petr Yan was just like, I'm fresher, I'm sharper, I'm more dangerous. I can't be taken down by you. I'll shoot my own takedowns. I got you figured out. He like downloaded all that data and just figured out Merab like we've never seen before. So we've had two one-sided fights. The third one, who knows? Who knows? Will the third one be close? Because we haven't had a close fight yet. The first fight isn't even the destruction people make it out to be. It was actually very competitive with Yan getting his own takedowns. The first fight? I don't remember Yan getting his own takedown, but if he did, that's pretty impressive because he only had one hand, I believe, that he was actually working with. But I still think it was dominance by Merab. I think what you're talking about is when Merab's dominant, it's not violent, right? Like a dominant Merab fight just means he's taking you down 100 times. And then letting you back up and then gassing you out. So he has a different style of domination. It's not like your face is going to be all cut up the next day. You're just going to be exhausted. So that's how Merab dominates. You like the way Yan dominates way better. You like domination with violent strikes, body kicks, liver shots, busting people up. Now that's Petr Yan dominance. They have two different styles of dominance. And Yan's is a little more violent. Or a lot more violent. The only thing about Yan is he gets off to way too slow of a start. So, and he didn't start off slow the last fight. He started off pretty good. So he has to keep that up. He has to start fast, in my opinion. Look up image of Saturn. It has a hexagon on it. For a long time, all throughout history, the hexagon represents Saturn. Even in the Star of David, because Judaism worships Saturn, and look, it's on the planet. That's probably, yeah, it's probably one of their symbols. I just don't think there's any of that shit in the sky. I think all the pictures of the planets are CGI. Even the Earth, when you Google the Earth, is CGI. Because they want to show you the globe, right? Every picture of Earth you look up on Google, it's a different picture. Pretty funny, Yan had all of 2025 since January to study Merab. Because he had so much tape. O'Malley and Sanhagen. Yes. Right. Right. So respect to Merab for taking the Yan fight. I can't wait for the trilogy. I think it'll actually be a close fight in the trilogy. But I still think it's going to go to decision though. Very curious to where that fight's going to take place. They need to stack that card. When they make that fight, they need to stack that card. And Petr Yan is an underrated trash talker. He really got to Merab with that jacuzzi comment. People forget. He got to Merab with that jacuzzi comment. He said, you only got men in your jacuzzi. Look it up, the image of Saturn hexagon. Huh. Yeah, so NASA has released stunning video of Saturn's six-sided vortex, known as the hexagon. I think that's just bullshit. That's a bullshit image. It looks like computer graphic imaging to me. Yeah, NASA released this image. But yeah, I see some hexagon inside of this swirl. Yeah. Oh, they're saying there's a massive storm in its center. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's NASA for you. It will be a doctor stoppage in the trilogy. Will be brutal from Pyotr Yan. Oh shit, a doctor stoppage? Man. Like you're saying from cuts? Are you talking like Masvidal versus Nate Diaz? Like they're gonna stop it from cuts? I don't know, man. Okay. I think Pyotr Yan's gonna put more physical damage on Merab's face. Yeah, that's a man. What's Merab gonna do to beat Yan? That's the thing. Is Merab going to stick to his normal style? Take you down, let you up, hit you. Take you down, let you up, hit you. Very interesting. I still think Merab's cardio will be better in the trilogy. Something about his cardio seemed off in the second fight. What's your pick for Gane versus Pereira? I can't make a decision. Well, that's the most interesting fight on the White House card. My prediction is I think Pereira's going to have trouble trying to track down Gane. I think Ciryl Gane moves so well. And I think Ciryl Gane has a pretty good chin. He hung in there with Francis. He survived round one with Aspinall. I do think Pereira has the better fight IQ, though. I think Pereira's going to chip away at the leg, go to the body. It's going to be hard to land on Gane's face, on his head. He's going to be moving. I think he's got to flatten the tires, go to the body, get Gane to drop his hands, then go up top. I think Pereira's going to win because he has the power advantage. And he's a little smarter. A little more tactical in there, in my opinion. So I'm going Pereira. Ooh, I think it's going to be a Khalil Roundtree type of fight. Momentum will sway on Pereira's side after round two. He's going to pick up the flow, get in the flow state. And maybe land a nice devastating combo on Gane against the fence when he corners him late in the rounds. Give me Pereira round 4. TKO. I'm talking Blessed MMA versus T-City type of doctor stoppage. Whoa. Damn. Okay. That fight was insane, by the way. I remember watching that fight at B-Dubs. I fucking fell out of my chair. I'm leaning Pereira because Gane relies on breaking his opponents down over time against Lewis, Tuivasa. But Pereira is good enough to not let that happen. Exactly. And Tuivasa, he kind of rocked Gane a little bit. He definitely had Cyril Gane stumbled for a second. But the difference is when Pereira smells blood, I think he's going to get the finish. I think it's going to look like kind of like the Khalil Roundtree fight, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's the best fight on the White House card. Definitely is. Yeah, but that was cinema. Bryan became the first man to KO Frankie, and everyone thought he was going to flatline the entire division. And then Max just takes all his swag away. Yeah, I think Ortega was undefeated. And guess what? What's his name? T-City, Brian Ortega's lack of wrestling really cost him the fight. I mean, that jiu-jitsu was essentially useless in that fight. That jiu-jitsu was so useless because he couldn't put Max on the floor. He took down Max for 1 second. And then he kind of just gave up on the takedowns. I think he tried to jump on his back for a split second, but yeah. Ortega's jiu-jitsu is usually useless because he has no takedowns. Or he can't hold you down. Maybe in 1 or 2 fights he held people down against Yair Rodriguez. That's the only guy Ortega's ever taken down and held down. Ortega was a huge celebrity, yo. Laugh my ass off. Max was the underdog. Was he really? You know why? Because remember, he had to pull out because he looked concussed. Max did an interview with Michael Bisping, and he was slurring his words so bad. Bisping's like, "Yo, Holloway, are you sure you're all right? Because your eyes are drooping, and you're slurring." And apparently, he was right because Max had to pull out. They had to postpone the fight. So then they made Max the underdog because he had health issues. I remember. That was in Canada too. That was actually a good card, yeah. Wasn't JJ the co-main event? While it was snowing. Damn, you should have been at that card. Where were you? You should have been front row. Just took a dab right now. Cheers to that. Oh, man. Isn't it crazy that that's kind of allowed now in MMA, right? You're allowed to smoke all you want outside of camp. Even in camp. You just can't be high like 24 hours before the fight, right? Max was like minus 110 and Bryan was like minus 120, I believe. Prime Max Holloway and underdog. You gotta love it. Yeah, JJ fought Valentina. Oh, yeah. It was in Toronto. I live in Vancouver. Right on. Yeah, you would have had to have gotten a hotel and drove far as hell. But with those UFC ticket prices these days, damn. Do you guys know that UFC Miami isn't even sold out yet? Because they're still continuing to overprice the fans? I think they're charging $500 for the way back. For the fucking bird's eye view of the octagon. They're charging like $500. I think my comment got deleted. Why is YouTube deleting my comments? Possibly. Oh. I could see it on here. It's just not on the monitor. On the PC. Here it is. If they did make it fake, Saturn, they purposely put the hexagon on it, but Saturn is a real thing. It's why Satan is called Satan. It means Saturn. Star of David is Star of Saturn. I think just because, where's your message? Just because it's linked to Satan doesn't mean it's real. I mean, look at Santa Claus, right? There's an argument he's linked to Satan. And there's pictures of Santa everywhere, but is he real? He ain't real. I think I look at Saturn like Santa Claus. the, the same thing to me. I mean, maybe that's their symbol, but that thing is not in the sky. That thing is not in the atmosphere, in my opinion. The only planet is Earth. I think the only reason they made planets was to try to make humans feel unimportant. Like, oh, there's other Earths. Earth's no big deal. Oh, there's probably another life out there. Your life's no big deal. They're trying to make you feel insignificant. I think that's the whole purpose of it. They want to make God's creations feel like, hey, you're just another one. There's tons of living things out there. I don't believe there's tons of living things out there. That's my favorite KO of all time. Ortega versus Edgar. What about you? Oh, yeah, that was the elbow. The elbow in the clinch. But wait, I like Frankie Edgar, man. That was tough. And Ortega was so much larger than Frankie Edgar at 145. It was tough watching Frankie at 145 towards the end of his career. My favorite knockout of all time is... I have two. But, okay. Man, it's a tie. Max Holloway versus Gaethje and Masvidal versus Ben Askren. I mean, dude, nothing can beat those knockouts in my opinion. Masvidal versus Askren, I couldn't stop watching that for like a month straight. Holloway versus Gaethje, I couldn't stop watching that for a month straight. But if I had to pick one, I think the Masvidal versus Askren knockout's my favorite. If I had to pick one. But there's a lot of good knockouts out there. There's a lot of good ones. But Masvidal versus Askren, how can you forget that? Who would win, Prime McGregor or Diego Lopez? Prime McGregor. Yeah. Now, he would have a tough time because Diego Lopez has that Nate Diaz chin. But I think because Diego Lopez... yeah, it'd be like a Nate Diaz fight, wouldn't it? I don't think Diego Lopez pressures as much as Nate Diaz. He kind of hangs back. So I would go Prime McGregor. Especially if it was at featherweight. Bro, I installed one of those arm stands for my monitor, and now I have so much space on my desk. Playing PS5 on it's so much fun. Oh, you got an arm stand now? Shit. You got the expansion going on. So you got dual monitors, you got the PS5 on there. You gonna add any more new additions or what? I know you said you keep this in your room, but you might have to build a studio soon. You might need a proper professional studio at this rate. Shit. Maybe add a projector in that bitch. I don't get Christianity though, because it comes from Judaism. And Judaism comes from Babylonian and Egyptian mythology. Well, I mean, once Jesus was born though, that kind of changes everything, right? Once Jesus was there, it kind of like puts Judaism to the side. Now you have to believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus has to be your Lord. But yeah, I would say the Bible still holds weight. I would still say Bible holds the most weight. I don't think it's been proven false yet. Until it gets proven false, I think you gotta stick with the Christianity. I bought a new laptop and gave the computer to my dad. I can just easily HDMI this laptop to the monitor and extend screens like that, so it's better. I have one monitor, and the second one is my laptop that I can use as a second screen if I extend. Damn. How tech savvy are you? 1 to 10. What would you rate yourself? How tech savvy do you think you are? I mean, you seem like you know what you're doing. Seems like you got it down pat. But yeah, good for you. Got the new laptop. Are you going to do any gaming on there? What's the new laptop for? Just something portable? Or are you looking to get games or what? Just so you can HDMI? Yeah, so you can HDMI the laptop to the monitor. Okay. I just play PS5 on the monitor. I put it on the arm stand. That's what's up. Okay, wow. Yeah, man. You got it down. How tech savvy are you? 1 to 10. Who would win if it happened this year? Izzy or Bo Nickel? Ooh. Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one. I would actually... Wow. I would give the edge to Izzy. I would say that's a 60-40 fight. And if I was the odds maker, I would make Izzy a slight favorite. That's a good one. Because Izzy's takedown defense isn't trash. But once you get him down, he kind of panics. And I don't know if Bo Nickel has the jiu-jitsu to make you panic. I put a single couch here too, not a chair. Can sleep on this couch if I wanted. Hey, sometimes those couch naps are the best. You don't even realize it. You're just on the couch, next thing you know, you're just fucking out cold. You're just out like Usman versus Edwards. I can see them doing Izzy versus Bo if Bo beats Dawkins. But I wonder what they'll do with Dawkins if he beats Bo. Well, yeah, I can definitely see Izzy versus Bo Nickel. But Dawkins, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Dawkins, he's just... There's no... I don't know. He has no built-in matchups yet. There's like no one specifically. I'm like, oh, I got to see Dawkins versus that guy. We still got to learn more about Dawkins. Laptop just for personal use and work. Okay. Very tech sav. Alright, yeah, I can tell. I can tell. That's what's up. I just thought of this today, but imagine if when Hamzat joined the UFC in 2020, they gave him an immediate title shot against Izzy. He would have been champ right away. Holy shit, I think you're right. Holy shit, yeah. I wish he didn't have that break. I mean, that dude was fighting 3 times a month when he first joined the UFC. They should have kept that thing going. I know they say he got COVID and all that, but I think there was probably more to it. I'm on UFC 5 right now, rolling around online. Oh, man. UFC 5. What is... Let's see. UFC 5. Do I have any questions about UFC 5? What's the funnest matchup to make on there? What's the funnest hypothetical matchup you've made on there? Do you think the UFC Paramount sees popularity potential with Dawkins? No, I don't think they're that into popularity potential anymore. I don't. I think they're petrified of a fighter becoming bigger than the brand. I don't think they want another McGregor. I think they will go out of their... Not that anyone could be McGregor, but I don't think they're looking for popularity potential. I think they'll take a fighter who barely says anything, who's like their perfect puppet, and then they'll just shove him in our face. And then just, yeah. I don't think they want organic stars. I think they want to pick and choose who they want to shove in our face, and then they go from there. Just look at the White House card. No one begged for Chandler on there. No one begged for Bo. No one begged for Diego Lopez is such an odd fighter to have on the White House card. Cyril Gane, they shove him in our... They just pick a guy and they shove him in our face. I mean, I remember 2025, it was just... Every fight card, it was just Kevin Holland. Bro, an arm stand is a must. It's like the monitor is floating in the air and you have so much space to save on the desks. I'm going to have to look into that. If I ever upgrade the studio, I'm going to look into that. Yeah, you can put whatever on there, man. You need space on your desk. True that. Because I'm pretty sure Vettori took down Izzy and took his back. So imagine what Hamzat would have done. Hamzat would have got a rear naked choke and strangled him. No later than round 2. Yeah, Izzy wouldn't be able to handle that top pressure. No way. No way. Hamzat would have beat Izzy on his first UFC fight. I mean, there's a chance he could have got KO'd. He could have had real trouble early, but once Hamzat gets on top, it's over. But Izzy was very confident back then. The striking between them is so fast. Jan O'Malley's the best matchup. They're super balanced in both stances. Yeah, I hear you. I get you. Huh. What's a fight that would be good on there? Do they have Rumble Johnson on there? Rest in peace, Anthony Johnson. Is he on UFC 5? I would do Rumble Johnson. That'd be cool if you could bring Rumble to the heavyweight division. Is Francis Ngannou in UFC? I'm guessing Francis isn't in UFC 5, is he? You should do this fight right now. Aspinall versus Ngannou on UFC 5. Now that's a good one. I watch UFC, but it's not super exciting anymore. It kind of fell off at this point. It definitely did. It seems like they're trying to run it down the drain. I mean, what should we do? I mean, boycott Moicano versus Duncan? What can we do to stop this ludicrous matchmaking? This AI commercial shit. These short press conferences. What can we do to stop it? Do we gotta boycott a shit Apex card? I mean, if the big YouTubers will do it, I'll do it. If they want to boycott one of these shitty cards. No one watches it. No one covers it. That might make them change their attitude. Thank God for the MVP card showing them some competition. That could help them change their attitude. Chimaev Strickland is also my favorite. A lot of people are looking at that fight as striker versus grappler. Man, I hope Strickland's jab can cause some problems. I really hope it does. Oh, damn. Vitaly is confronting a child predator on Kick right now. Really? Is he already at the White House? Is he in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, every single person in UFC 5 history is in UFC 5. Oh, that's awesome. Do it right now. Ngannou versus Aspinall. I gotta know who wins. Joshua Van versus Cap is also super fun in UFC 5. Oh, yeah. We got boxing slickness versus just straight up pure power. That overhand that Cap has. Is Vitaly at the Vatican? It sounds like he's at one of those places. You gonna scope Vitaly on Kick or what? Probably not. I mean, probably not since I'm streaming, but tell Vitaly he should start at the White House and work his way from there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with catching the local sicko, right? Well, yeah, I guess there's no way to get into the White House, right? It's too secured. He's confronting a grandpa right now. All right, this is what Vitaly's got to do. He's got to get tickets to the White House card, stream on Kick, and start confronting all the elites in the crowd. He's got to wiggle his way in there. Stream at the White House card and get the Kick going. Start confronting all the elites over there. Now, I would tune into that. I'll definitely tune into his Kick if he starts streaming at the White House card and confronts all of them. I'll be tuning in for that. Too easy. Or Vitaly can go to the Mormon temples. Wow, yeah. We just booked him a whole world tour. He's got a whole world tour he can go on now. He's got the money to do it. Now, do you think these guys just do it for attention and to look like a hero, or do you think they actually enjoy it? Didn't Colby team up with him? Colby teamed up with him and did the same thing. Kind of makes me think, like, are they just doing it for attention because Colby teamed up with Vitaly, right? And on this mission. But isn't Colby a Trumper? It's all for views, lol. Yeah, well, it works. It definitely works. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, Colby collabed. Okay, Colby, man, he's such a hypocrite. First of all, why isn't he wrestling Arman? Why is it Arman versus fucking Uriah Faber? But yeah, Colby, he should know that his leader is no better than the guy they captured. Colby's role model is no better than the guy they captured. Crazy. But yeah, I seen that Colby collab. But yeah, that shit does get views though. No doubt about that. It's like they're trying to replicate the Chris Hansen show. The Chris Hansen show. What the hell ever happened to that guy? Let's see what's going on here. Did we cover all the UFC shit? I think we did. Oh yeah. The Islam. Vitaly can go to Penn State Wrestling to look. Oh yeah, Bo Nickel needs to give Vitaly a tour of Penn State. That'd be a good stream right there. He can walk past the coaches. Dreykus versus Malvov's gonna be entertaining as fuck. That's a good fight. Great fight. Like I said, Dreykus has so many options. Dreykus has a lot of options. Do you guys think Islam Makhachev's hand injury was fake? Because after Ali Abdelaziz claimed they turned down the fights because Islam has a hand injury, Islam posts a video of him hitting the heavy bag with severe power. Like he was putting some torque on that bag with his punches. And I'm here thinking, didn't Dana White say that Islam told him he's injured? You know, I mean, Islam Makhachev has some tough matchups now. It's not going to get easy from here. And I doubt he'll fight all three of his threats. Gary, Morales, and Ilya. I think those are his top three threats right now. And I'm just trying to figure out, is that hand injury real? Did Islam really want to be a true welterweight champ, or did he just go up to fight Jack because he thought it'd be a nice stylistic fight where he can hold him down? It's interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Dricus Imavov. Let's build a good card right now. Let's do Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary. Dricus versus Imavov, co-main event. Let's fucking get it going. I think having Islam and Imavov on the same card would be good. Is Dricus versus Imavov confirmed? I haven't heard that it's confirmed. But it's my logical prediction. Because Imavov has nobody else to fight. And Dricus is probably ready to fight. And they never fought. So I don't think it's confirmed. But if the UFC, you know, if they're not brain dead, they're going to book that fight. I'm honestly super confident Umar would just beat the shit out of Alejandro on the feet. Or potentially KO him. Yeah, but you know how they are with guys with power. You know how they are. They don't want to stand with anybody with power. I would feel like Khabib would be screaming, takedown, takedown. And Umar won his last 2 fights with takedowns. He's been wrestling a lot more since that Merab fight. In my opinion. Like, I know he took down Corey Sandhagen a lot, but yeah. I'm honestly super confident. Yeah. Either way, I agree. Umar Nurmagomedov right now beats Topuria. Alejandro Topuria. Why is Bryce not on the White House card? He's a proud American. Because they don't want anybody preaching Jesus and talking about the Second Amendment and the First Amendment and, you know, the elites don't like that, right? I don't think the White House card is about having proud Americans. It's about having company men that stay silenced. It's about having the least controversial fighters for the most cost-effective fights. I mean, Bo Nickel ain't going to say nothing controversial. He loves Trump. Cyril Gahn, he's a... Come on. Cyril Gahn, he's just going to be speaking French. He won't say anything controversial. Michael Chandler is a company man. I mean, that dude won't say nothing. No one's going to speak out about the elites on that card, is what I'm trying to say. And I think Bryce would. I'm playing as legend Jeff Neal right now in the game. Oh, man. What's Jeff Neal going to do? Back-to-back KOs? I hope he has a comeback. Maybe book Colby Covington versus Jeff Neal. Bro, when Jeff Neal knocked out Luke, I legitimately thought it was over for the entire division. Crazy how his trajectory played out. Right. Because they put him against Prates. UFC card is sad without Bryce. I mean, he should have been on there, but they still could have made it good without Bryce. They still could have made it good. It's just you can't have names like Zahabi. If there's only 6 fights, do not waste slots with Dawkins, Garcia, and Zahabi. That should be fucking illegal. 6 fights, and you're wasting slots with Zahabi, Garcia, and Dawkins. I mean, that's like... That's just cheap, penny-pinching McDonald's product right there. Shavkat is a myth at this point. Oh my god. Right? Like, what is he doing in the gym to get this injured? What is that guy doing? Like, he's better off just fighting injured. I don't understand. He's going to be another Zabit. Shavkat, yeah, I mean, I forgot. Like, he's going to be forgotten about. So, and that's good for Ian Gary, right? Okay. I think, I don't want to make MMA pussified, but I think they should get rid of that knee stomp. You know, I'm happy we have 12 to 6 elbows. I love it. I think we should be able to knee to the head. Like, you know, when they're like, you know that rule. But I think they need to eliminate that knee stomp. What's the point of it? It's just going to have a fighter sidelined most of their career. And people say, oh, it's the same. A knee bar does the same thing. Wrong. A knee bar, you have time to tap. Or you have the option to tap. With that John Jones knee kick, oblique kick, I don't know why it's called oblique kick. Your oblique is like your abs, right? That John Jones knee kick, all it does is just end careers. Like, you have a better chance of fighting again after getting knocked out rather than getting hit by that knee kick. Zahabi looks like he's part of the Ariel Helwani tribe. I swear to God, they look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. Oh shit, I'm losing track of time, guys. Shit. Well, hey, I appreciate everyone in the stream. Thanks to everyone who subscribed from the stream. Yeah, man, we got to keep streaming more. Well, there's nothing really going on in the UFC. We got 327 coming up. We got our boy Yuri coming up. All right? So, we got 2 title fights. I mean, we can look forward to that at least, all right? April should be fun just because of this card. And May should be fun because the MVP card, Strickland Hamzat. So, you know, the spring we should start picking up here. We should start picking up here. But yeah, thank God for this Yuri card. Thank God. Olberg is fucked. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Nathan. I hope you're fucking right. But yeah, let's hope Yuri wins. I got to work on my 327 predictions soon. I'm going to predict this whole card, top to bottom, every single fight. And it's been a long time since I predicted the whole card. First prelim to main event because they've been such trash. But this is a great card, so I got to work on my prediction. Keep your eyes peeled for 327 predictions soon. I'll be on the stream soon. W channel, stream was great. Appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys soon. Catch you later.